has come from the Master and received his grace. He has spoken to the pure one and has seen his face. He has traveled across the ocean with the truth in his heart and has spread the holy word across the land. Vivekananda, the lion-hearted man. Vivekananda, there's no one braver than. Vivekananda, eternally true, and we praise him forevermore. He has wandered through the mountains declaring the truth, a soldier of religion throughout all his youth. He has pointed out the globe and the sign of the Lord, and has spread the Master's word across the land. Vivekananda, the lion-hearted man. Vivekananda, Vivekananda, braver than. Vivekananda, eternally, and we praise him forevermore. And although no longer with the sea still in our hearts, his message still remains from the very start. Stand up and be strong, cast aside doubt and fear, and the word is slowly spreading across the land. Vivekananda, 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 and we praise him forevermore. Vivekananda, 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 and we praise him forevermore. And we praise him forevermore. And we praise him
Om Tang Deshikendram Paramam Pavitram Vishwasavijang Madhurang Yatindram Hitayoninang Naramurtimantam Vivekwanandamahang namami Vivekwanandamahang namami Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. To the teacher of the teachers, the supremely pure and the guardian of the world, the sweet and loving one, the prince among the yogins, who took up the human form for the good of mankind. To that Vivekananda, I prostrate myself again and again. Om, peace, peace, peace be unto us all. Today, our topic is One Undivided Heart, Vivekananda Brahmananda. In this month, this auspicious month, it was January past, it was Kalpataru Day, it is Swami Vivekananda's birthday, this month also Swami Brahmananda birthday. So much festivity. But it should be more festive inside, not outside only. And we know this Vedanta societies, its foundation is Sri Ramakrishna, but he selected many people from different zones who are already perfected souls, just for feeling the mission, his mission of helping the whole humanity, awakening the whole humanity in this spiritual dignity. As in the 1st of January, it's called Kalpataru Day, Ramakrishna's blessings was there, what more shall I say? You all be awakened in your divine consciousness. That is a message for the whole world. centering around the few people who was there around on that day of 1st of January. But Sri Ramakrishna's coming itself, avatars come, only that purpose, to just give a boosting to the human psyche, the whole humanity, just to be inspired to know who are we and what is our purpose of life. And he comes and he does his own sadhana, exemplifies everything, but still leaves behind a tradition. And to demonstrate to others that is not only Ramakrishna did that, but it is same flow of energy, the same spiritual current flows through this disciple, extraordinary disciples. So this is a unique event that Sri Ramakrishna came, and along with it, his disciples came with him on his call, on call. It is when he is coming down, he is asking everyone, come to my mission. So that is the blessings of human incarnation. To fulfill the mission, he brings his own people. To preach this time, to preach knowledge, to preach devotion, to preach yoga and karma in one life, harmonizing everything in one life. That's the mission of Sri Ramakrishna incarnation. In every time when God comes, there is a different need. And to fulfill that need, God acts like that. His activities center around that. But this time the incarnation in the form of Ramakrishna came as the fulfillment of all these paths of spiritual disciplines. Any path human personality tries to tread on, and every path is a valid path to prove to the humanity. But he needs to keep some of the followers behind who will, after his passing away, spread that message of self-realization and through the whole world. It is a world mission. Our mission is very limited. We are limited personalities. We have limited objective of life. But when God comes, God's mission is a holistic mission. And to continue that, there are 16 disciples who came with Sri Ramakrishna. But he measured two people, Vivekananda and Brahmananda. They are the pioneering two major pillars of this Ramakrishna movement, this Vedanta movement, what we are here because of them. Swami Vivekananda he was always established in Samadhi, tries to want to always get merged into Samadhi. But Sri Ramakrishna always tries to pull him down, keep him in this world to serve the humanity. So he treats him, he talks about Sri Ramakrishna, talking about Vivekananda. Here is Naren. His earlier name was Naren. See, oh, what power of insight he has. It is like the shoreless sea of radiance. The Mother Mahamaya herself cannot approach more than within 10 feet of him. She is bound by the very glory which she has imparted to him. That means Mahamaya is trying to play. So he tries all of us to play in the world of Maya, in ignorance. He tried to bind Swami Vivekananda Naren, but she failed because every time she becomes so big, I am that, not this, I am that. So she became infinite. He became infinite. So he had to preach this principle of Sanatana Dharma, the eternal heritage of all humanity, the divinity of the soul to the whole world, revive the forgetting glory of our own life. And here is Swami Brahmananda to keep an example that God can be realized in the path of iti, that means by the way of Saguna Brahma. God can be approached. Vivekananda says, not this, not this, not this. I am not Atman, I am not the body, not the mind. Most his lectures we find in this country is talking about that principle. It is all ignorance that has covered. Get out of the ignorance. You put out your own glory and try to understand that you are divine, you are pure, you are stainless, you are birthless, you are deathless always. But what about the other masses of people? To give an example that God can be realized in the path of devotion, and the visions of gods and goddesses in infinite form is possible in this life to see. And they are not myths. Gods and goddesses are not myths. They are reality. As I see you, they can be seen. That aspect, Swami Brahmananda Maharaj is to live in that awareness. Gods and goddesses, visions and experiences, is constantly flooded with that. And he is more inclined into meditative mood. And his vision, you see that it gives a meditative impact in the whole psyche of humanity. So here is this Swami Brahmananda is the testimony that visions of God in infinite form is possible, and God can be seen in tangible way. As I am seeing you, that way God can be seen. Rakhal one day, in his formative period, these are all, Ramakrishna built them both together everyone, he built every disciple in his own manner to make them special. So here when Rakhal was massaging Sri Ramakrishna's feet with the oil, and he was begging as a young boy. So he was begging the master to grant him the power of transcendental vision. Sri Ramakrishna remained silent. With persistent request, Sri Ramakrishna suddenly turned and spoke, a little harshly. Rakhal said, why you are so much pestering, no? So he didn't, but Rakhal didn't lie. Rakhal was a landlord's child, no? He has a ego of that nature, no? So Ramakrishna just was not very kind to him, and he turned his face from him and spoke a little harshly. So Rakhal felt hurt, and angrily he smashed a bottle of oil he was massaging in the floor and in the ground and ran away. But he could not go out beyond the gate. As he approached going to get out of the gate, somebody is pulling his leg, as it were. He could not move an inch from that place. Then Ramakrishna understood that. He sat down, being paralyzed, as it were. Then Sri Ramakrishna sent his nephew, Ramlal, and Rakhal then called him. And Rakhal came back, and Sri Ramakrishna said, you see, you could not get outside the circle I draw around you. Meaning, you are destined to do my work. You cannot run away like that, no? And you should not be so impatient about vision and experience. It will happen in time. That means there's very important lesson is here. Swami Brahmananda, he is considered to be a playmate of Lord Krishna. No? Such person being in the human body, he is in a human imperfection there. When you enter into human body, you have to accept your human imperfection. So, but there he was trying to do his spiritual practice and asking him for vision, because Ramakrishna can give any moment, no? Just by touch he can give any vision. So he was thinking that he will give it, but he is not giving, because he is making him strong enough to carry on that power which it will come from Sri Ramakrishna to him, or it is own inner self, but in a way for the good of humanity. And that's why we read now Eternal Companion. We get the benefit of that. We see that Maharaj is always saying, do spiritual practice, do spiritual practice, do first, come after 3-4 years. If you don't get it, then tell me. So all this life's experience, we get it from them. So Sri Ramakrishna said that you cannot get outside the circle I draw around you. Rakhal then felt ashamed. After a few moments, Sri Ramakrishna went to the ecstasy and talked to the Divine Mother. And Holy Sri Ramakrishna said in that intoxicated mood to Divine Mother Kali, "O Mother, I know you have given Rakhal 1/16 part of your power, and the power in himself will benefit all mankind." And that story ended that day. A few days later, while massaging his master's feet again, Rakhal suddenly lost his external consciousness and was transported into the transcendental realm. Later years, Sri Ramakrishna used to show that exact spot in his room where Rakhal went into Bhava Samadhi. So there is the first experience of Bhava Samadhi in Sri Ramakrishna's room. So, Bhava Samadhi, that is Sri Ramakrishna, Sri Brahmananda Maharaj was adept in Bhava Samadhi. He is to always remain in that state beyond our conception. We live in the material plane, and he lived always in a bhava, in a mood of divine ecstatic mood. The natures of these two, Vivekananda and Brahmananda, are widely dissimilar at appears, but they are in the heart the one. They are trying to fulfill the mission of the Master in two different directions. One, forcefully preaching the Vedantic message like a ball of fire. And another is soft and soothing. So Swami Prabhupada have wonderfully mentioned that distinction, how the two characters are blending with each other and made this Ramakrishna order. Let me see what Sri Ramakrishna said. Sri Ramakrishna himself commented about Brahmananda and Vivekananda. He said, "Naren dwells in the realm of the absolute, the impersonal. He is like a sharp drawn sword of discrimination." So that is the description of Sri Ramakrishna about Vivekananda, that he is as if an open sword to destroy all ignorance and blazing fire, to remove all dust and dirt of the mind. So he says that he dwells in the realm of the absolute. He is always neti biramo jathai. It is said that he dwells in the non-dual state. And that's why his preaching is more focused on non-dual. Anything he said, it ends into that Vedantic conclusion of non-dual. But Rakhal dwells in the realm of God. It is Sri Ramakrishna saying, Rakhal dwells in the realm of God, the sweet one, God the sweet one, the repository of all blessed qualities. He is like a child on the lap of his mother, completely surrendering to her capital in every way. So these are the two characteristics. And that makes a holistic life. Few people will be able to keep the mind in the absolute non-dual reality. How much we talk about I am Atman, I am Brahman. You close your eyes and stay in the I am not the body, not the mind, and infinite. How much is infinite? It's very difficult. Even if you think that it is like ocean of joy, ocean of bliss, but for how many minutes how many hours you can dwell in that? There needs this. Maharaj is the teaching what Sri Ramakrishna built Brahmananda Rakhal in that line, that to dwell in the realm of God, to think of God, the Saguna Brahma. The sweet God is the repository of all sweetness. First, Vedanta is too dry, no? Anything you want to touch, not this. You want to eat something good, not this. You want to see something good, temporary, give up. And it's everything give up, give up, give up. How much we can give up? That's why we need little sweet relationship. God has become like that. God takes the prasad, we take the prasad. God is the food, we take the prasad. Then we can connect with God. A link is necessary. So in the humanity, two types of mind is there. Mind of iti, iti and neti, neti. One, God is the transcendental world, and be courageous to neglect or ignore everything. Not this, not this, not this. But majority of the people, we are in the realm of duality. So we should bring God into our life, and Maharaj stands there, unique example of that. As Ramakrishna said, that Rakhal is dwelling in the realm of God, and the sweet one is the repository of all blessed qualities. He is like a child, and he feels totally dependent on mother. As a child depends on mother, so Maharaj depends on God or Saguna Brahma, and as if he is a happy child and brings that happiness and absorption. This is. Prabhupada Swami compares these two great souls thus. How? He says, Vivekananda was like the flaming fire, the midday sun, burning up all evil and impurity. In that bright, brilliant rays of light, all darkness goes away, all negativity is burnt out. So she is like Vivekananda is like that. And he writes again, Brahmananda was like a soft, cool light, soothing the aching heart. It is like a moon. Moon's light is light, but it is soothing. And sun's light is also light, but it scorches everything. But soothingly, the Maharaj lives in a plane of love and love personification. Brahmananda was like a soft, cool light, soothing the aching heart. Vivekananda was like the deep and restless ocean, always fighting against ignorance and superstition. That is, I am quoting from Swami Prabhupada, eternal companion. He says that Vivekananda was like the deep and restless ocean. Ocean is restless. For what? Here is a for. Ramakrishna Vivekananda was restless. He was running from the one point to the other point in this country. How difficult was the journey in those days, by train and by cart. And it's really with a heavy suitcase, not suitcase, trunk, carrying books and this and that. It's very difficult. But he running all the moment for the talking here, giving here lectures and talks, and inspiring people everywhere. And removing the ignorance and superstition, two things, ignorance and superstition. Superstition, all types of superstition. We may be educated, but we have our own superstition. What is the greatest superstition? Greatest superstition is I am the body. I am the mind. This is the greatest superstition. And he wanted to just burn out that. Brahmananda was like the blue sky, vast and patient in spirit. The manner of his working was inward and silent. Swami Vivekananda is roaring outside, no? Vivekananda, lion, no? Lion, what the song? Just we sang. Vivekananda, the lion-hearted man. Vivekananda. So, and Brahmananda, inward. Go there, his samadhi. And then you sit in presence of him, feel that you are uplifted. Even in, he can see the in and out of our personalities and guide us. So it is like a blue sky. When you look at the blue sky, you see how sweet, how pleasant, vast. It is not, no limitation, it is the infinite expression of that love. And it is working, but it is silent work, working silently, inward. Vivekananda laid the foundation for the spiritual undertaking entrusted to him by his master. He established this Ramakrishna order. When after his passing away, you all know, all the direct 16 disciples, they have no place to stay. And they don't earn money. The devotees who used to give money for Ramakrishna, so they also thought that money is, Ramakrishna is gone, so what's the need of any house or anything? So they stopped giving them support. And then these 16 boys had to go back to their home. And by that time, Sri Ramakrishna had the mission, came into the vision of Swami Vivekananda and inspired him to make a place. And he also gave in a vision to his disciple, one of the disciples who used to pay some money, 100 rupees in those days, for Sri Ramakrishna's expenses. He started supporting with that money. So they got a place, and that was a ghost house. And that was in Calcutta, because it is a cheap rent. Rent is very cheap, because no one is going to rent because of the ghosts. But these are human ghosts. They used to say, we are danas. Danas means, where dana means daityas. We can fight with the devil. So they day and night get engrossed into that spiritual practice in that Baranagar monastery. Then move to the Alambajar monastery, etc. But what? Swami Vivekananda went from door to door and brought back everyone. The Ramakrishna passed away, there is a mission, so should we go back to our home and normal life? We will all dedicate. And that is the 24th of December. So much connection with Christ. No? On the 24th, they went to a village and then they sat together, 9 of them were together. And then Swami Vivekananda suddenly put a dhuni fire, and then he was excitedly talking about Christ and his dedication and his renunciation. And he said, we shall also, let us take a resolution. We are not going back to home anymore. We'll all be a monk. And Ramakrishna also himself gave some gerua cloth to some of the devotees, most of the devotees, and who are the future apostles of Sri Ramakrishna. And Sri Ramakrishna entrusted Naren as the chief guide of the whole young generation. So Sri Ramakrishna, before his passing away, he wrote in a note. He can write something. Normally we think that Ramakrishna doesn't know to write, but he wrote. His handwriting was very good. He said, Naren shikkhe dibe, Naren will teach when ghare baire hank dibe, when he will roar inside and outside of the country. I am saying the country, he says inside and outside. So when Sri Ramakrishna's this message was entrusted on him, and he actually carried out whole life. But who else was his friend? We have the undivided heart with Brahmananda. Without Brahmananda's, Swami Vivekananda was busy in one direction, and Sri Ramakrishna's mission was to have not been successful to build the edifice. So, actually Vivekananda started them after Ramakrishna's passing away, this mission for the good of humanity, for the good of the world. But that time he has no clear idea. But their two brothers, Brahmananda and Vivekananda, luckily they were very close in age, a few days difference, no? Another thing is that they lived very close. They used to wrestle, go to the, there are some, in those days, the kusti. Kusti means wrestling. They used to have a good body, good strength, strong bodies. That's why they are a good friend in that going to the wrestling school. And they are good friend, and they shared their thoughts and ideas together, as if Sri Ramakrishna has a mission for bringing them together. That's why they are undivided in heart. And we read the letters of Swami Vivekananda afterwards, now it is available, how he trusted everything for this movement to continue. So he gave all the responsibility of this mission when it started after he went back from this country, everything to Swami Brahmananda. And he trusted that he and whatever Maharaj does, that is his sanction was there behind. So, Swami Prabhupada says that Swami Vivekananda laid the foundation for the spiritual undertaking entrusted to him by the master. He didn't select, it is not that he chose to do anything. Actually, he was forced to do. He was not a man of this world, no? He was in some other realm in the high heaven. But he was brought back for this mission. So that's why Maharaj wrote that Vivekananda laid the foundation for the spiritual undertaking that was entrusted. It was entrusted by Sri Ramakrishna, the Avatara, as forced to do this mission. And Brahmananda Swami built the edifice. Swami Vivekananda, with his dynamic, aggressive personality, could wake a man from sleep of ignorance. That was his power of Swami Vivekananda. Some sadhus said, in early days I have heard, Vivekananda is a force, is a power. What power? If a dying person listens to the message of Vivekananda, what he will do? He will say, wait, the Lord God of death, wait a minute, let me hear what this voice tells me. And who is just lying down, he listens, then he will sit up. Oh, what a voice. Who is sitting, they start walking. Such is the force in the message of Swami Vivekananda. And who is walking, he will be started running. That is the power behind Vivekananda's words. Every time we read, really, it thrills our heart, no? And it gives us back our own dignity, who we are. We forget that every time, but that is the inspiration. So, Vivekananda is dynamic, aggressive personality, and that could wake a man from the sleep of ignorance to enlightenment. But Brahmananda, he is not talking too much. Fiery words are not there, electrifying the whole audience. There is no such thing. No parliament of religions, world parliament, speaking in front of so many thousands of people, no clapping, nothing. So Brahmananda sitting idly in a corner, but changing with the characteristic serenity, could show him the way to mold his life in God. How, with a silent living, giving his own life's example to change the lifestyle of everyone. The mission of the Master, to preach and broadcast the divine heritage of all humanity to the whole world, was given to Swami Vivekananda by this quote his own handwriting, Naren will teach when he will give a clarion call inside and outside. Jai Radhe Premamai. Jai Radhe, glory to Mother Radha. Why Radha? Radha is coming here. It's a very mysterious word. Swami Sri Ramakrishna saying that he will enlighten the whole world. Naren will teach the entire world. It is a superficial word because Naren was a young boy then. He felt embarrassed. A 19, 20 years old boy. And Swami Sri Ramakrishna is writing in written word, he is writing, not orally, you may distort. It cannot be distorted. He wrote in his own mind that Naren will teach when he will give a roaring call inside and outside. Why? Not for any other selfish motivation. Jai Radhe, glory to Mother Radha. And who is Radha? Radha is the incarnation of love for Krishna. Very significant word is Jai Radhe Premamahi. 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 Radha is embodiment of love. Unselfish love, unconditional love. Radha's love is for Krishna. Only God and God. This awakening is not for any material cause. It is out of the infinite love pouring out of the soul of Avatara to preach it to the whole world for the good of everyone. It's a very significant word that Sri Ramakrishna wrote down, and we can get a glimpse of that in his life. And now we see the effect in the outside world. This was reserved for him, and him alone. To revolutionize the thought process of the religious-minded people of the whole world, to bring out a lion, a lioness, out of each man and woman. That was Vivekananda's mission, to awaken everyone, whoever is there. Swami Vivekananda's powerful word, what you all remember again and again, what he said, that it may be that I shall cast this body off like an old worn-out garment, but I shall not cease to work. I shall inspire men everywhere until the world shall know that is one with God. See the love, unconditional love. The Avatara came and made Vivekananda in one way to preach the length and breadth of the world, to awakening the hidden consciousness. But says, if I die even, I will not stop working. I shall inspire men everywhere. So that is the love. That is the Jai Radhe. Premamai. Radha is Premamai. Embodiment of love. That love soars from the heart. That is the Atman is crying for the redemption of the bound Atman. The pure Atman is crying to redress the bondage of the bound Atman we are. And he said, I will continue until everyone gets liberation. That is the mission. That's the great mission. And that great mission, it cannot be one-handed, only Swami Vivekananda can do. He had his another great agent, Swami Brahmananda, as we are discussing about. It was reserved for Brahmananda Swami to demonstrate a contemplative light mixed with intense zeal of God realization while serving God in man. Shiva Jnana Jiva Seva. No? They say, here is Vivekananda, do something, be unselfish, forget your own pleasure, dedicate your life. You have lived many lives for your own self-pleasure. Just give it this one life for the good of others. That is the call of Vivekananda. Please read again and again. Every line is inspiration. But it is that, but only work will not do. How much we say, there is a contemplative part of life. So here we come, Brahmananda Maharaj. It happened in the brahmacharis, newly coming newcomers in Belur Math. When they used to come, he used to say, work for the master, work for Ram, this mission, whatever you do. Don't be idle. Because we all think that we will meditate and reach samadhi. But meditation and reaching samadhi is not so easy. You have to purify your heart by unselfishness. Try to be unselfish first. What is the sign of your spirituality? Who cares for your spirituality? If it brings you make you more selfish and is centered to your own needs, think of others. That's the prema. This source, as I just quoted, Ramakrishna's own, Joy Radhe Prema Mahi. Glory to Mother Radha. The prema mahi, the embodiment of love, that universal love, unconditional love for the good of others, for the blessings of others. And by that way, our heart becomes pure. That's why Maharaj, it was reserved for Brahmananda Maharaj to demonstrate a contemplative life mixed with the intense zeal of God realization while three conditions, while serving God in man, Shiva, Jnana, Jiva Seva. Three parts of spiritual life has been led by Brahmananda Maharaj. One is the intense zeal, contemplative life. We want to unite with the divine, that's one part. But there's a very zeal. I'll have to do it. Little sleep coming, little tiredness coming, I am tired, no, uncompromising. Second and third point is the serve Shiva in Jiva. Whatever you are doing every day, every moment, it is serving God, serving God, serving God. Three things Maharaj used to employ. To build up this Ramakrishna monastery, to help build up the life of the individual monks and devotees in the height of God realization. And he created the very ground for the spreading of the Ramakrishna movement. That was Swami Brahmananda. So this is a unique match together, as if one soul working in two directions. The whole world must get the benefit of the result of this spiritual practice, sadhana of Sri Ramakrishna. Everyone should get it. It is universal treasure. It is treasure for all of us. That's why the whole world must get the benefit of the result of this sadhana or spiritual practice. What Ramakrishna did it. He didn't do for himself. He came here to show, demonstrate himself for the good of all and being an example. But Ramakrishna is too high for us. We cannot catch him. We only get confused. Because Sri Ramakrishna now seeing something, little something, and he goes to Samadhi. What can we do with that? And we are so into the world. He says, one day he was eating some food and some items have been given around, and Hari Maharaj, Swami Turiyananda, he saw, so many, he is a sadhu, he is a spiritual person, and at the same time eating so many dishes. And Ramakrishna could understand what is going on in the mind of Swami Turiyananda, Hari Maharaj, Hari. Then he told explicitly, seeing them, reading the mental condition, he said, "Oh, do you think that I eat these things? My mind, I cannot pull it down. Just to bring the mind down, I see so many types of food and little touch here, little touch there." So Maharaj was like that. Maharaj was like that. You see the photograph in our living room? You see, he will be make all shows of puffing some hookah. In those days, Bengal, in India, during that period of time, smoking is not bad. But not the cigarette smoking, more it was in hookah. That means it comes to the water. It takes away some toxic things. Anyway, so he will be very meticulous about having some hookah. But he takes the hookah and probably gives one puff or not even touched. It remains like that and he goes to Samadhi. That is the point. At least Ramakrishna's moment, every moment he can switch in from this to that plane. And we can see that Brahmananda Maharaj is doing the same thing. That's why he's father and son. Brahmananda is considered to be the son of Ramakrishna, spiritual son. That story. One day, Dakshineshwar, Sri Ramakrishna saw that one small child has been put in the lap of him. And he shuddered. What, Mother Kali? What is this? Well, it is your child. Huh? I'm a monk, I have a child. Well, no, it is your spiritual son. And when he first saw Swami Brahmananda, he recognized that face, that it is spiritual son, and he was waiting for him to come. And then he built up Brahmananda's life, and Brahmananda then became the pillar of this organization. Sri Ramakrishna saw in the mystic vision, both of them, Vivekananda and Brahmananda, mystic. He saw about others also, but we don't get so much elaborate description about others coming. Only he said, "Oh, Divine Mother have shown everyone to come to me." But description about the coming of Brahmananda and Vivekananda. Brahmananda came. Vivekananda, he had to climb up. Let me read that Vivekananda's vision, what Ramakrishna saw. Mark these important points. Vivekananda, Ramakrishna, after attaining all samadhi, everything, and getting every moment to samadhi, he had to beg Vivekananda to come down. Let me read that. One day, I am quoting Sri Ramakrishna's own words. One day I found that my mind means Ramakrishna's mind, was soaring high in samadhi along a luminous path. It soon transcended the stellar world, the stars and galaxies, what the physical world, no? What a great description. You should meditate on this description and to understand Vivekananda on that perspective. He said, it soon transcended the stellar universe and entered into the subtler region of ideas, thought. God is a thought, no? Kali, Durga, Shiva, these are thought level. It's not concrete physical. So it entered into that realm. As I ascended higher and higher, I found on both sides of the way ideal forms of gods and goddesses. So that mental thought taking a concrete form, gods and goddesses are sitting there, a different realm, no? That's why we may doubt it, but we can accept it also. How many levels of experiences may possible from here to here, here to here? We think it is one jump for ordinary sadhakas. Baba, once one can get out, that's okay. But it is reserved for Avatara and his special, powerful children, like Brahmananda. They can soar into this different level, see all the high plights of experience. So it is Ramakrishna himself describing that he transcended, and first you saw the stellar world and crossed that and ascended higher and higher and said, I found on both sides of the way ideal forms of gods and goddesses. Mind then reached the outer limit of that region. Mind then, Ramakrishna's mind then ascended to a limited outer limit of the region. Gods and goddesses, region end. It is only our imagination. We can visualize little something about the how many spiritual planes are there and where Vivekananda was and who came down here. So he said, where a luminous barrier, the mind then reached the outer limit of that region, where a luminous barrier separated the sphere of the relative existence from that of the absolute. That's why here coming, people will say, Shunne Shunno Milailo, void. All this gross is gone, subtle gods and goddesses are gone. A realm, it is only a barrier which consciously they are going through, luminous barrier Ramakrishna describes. And that is the barrier of the relative existence from that of the Absolute. Even the gods and goddesses dare not peep into that sublime realm. Ramakrishna's words are very strong. Even the gods and goddesses do not peep into that sublime realm and were content to keep their seats far below. Gods and goddesses are happy there. They cannot peep into that realm which is so high and sublime. I saw 7 venerable sages seated there in Samadhi. These sages must have surpassed not only of men, but even the gods in knowledge and holiness. Gods and goddesses are holier people than us. But here, that plane where Naren is meditating, that is higher even than the gods and goddesses cannot think of. Purity, their purity, knowledge and holiness, in renunciation and love. Lost in admiration, I was lost there. I saw a portion of the undifferentiated luminous region condensed into the form of a divine child, tried to drag his mind down from Samadhi. The magic touch roused the sage from the superconscious state, and he fixed his half-opened eyes upon the wonderful child. In great joy, the strange child spoke to him, I am going down. You too must go with me. The sage remained mute, but his tender look expressed his assent. He was again immersed into Samadhi. I was surprised to find that a fragment of his body and mind was descending to earth in the form of a bright light. No sooner had I seen Narendra that I recognized him to be that sage. So it is a very beautiful description. You can enjoy more meditating yourself. Really, it is really a chapter to meditate upon. Go to the divine play of Sri Ramakrishna, and you can get this vision there. So, or to understand that's why Vivekananda was so forceful. He has no time. That's why breaking that samadhi, he lived here 39 years, 6 years, it is enough. He was running to run back. Who will be here in this world of this conflict and confusion so much in the Maya, where he is absolutely absorbed in his infinite joy. So that is the Vivekananda. And also we find the Brahmananda, that's a sweet, again, vision, that he saw, that one vision I told you, that he felt the child, Mother Kali put a child on his lap, and he shuddered, and he said, complained to mother, and mother said, no, not child in that sense, it is a spiritual son. And the spiritual son, actually, when Brahmananda used to walk, people from distance used to think as if Ramakrishna is walking. He was so much intoxicated in the ideas and thoughts and sadhanas of Ramakrishna that his entire appearance, physical appearance appeared to many of the direct disciples like Swami, that he is Ramakrishna walking. And also when he came, he saw what he saw. He saw that in the Ganga, holy Ganga, he had a vision that there is a beautiful lotus, bloomed lotus, and it's a luminous lotus. And in that luminous lotus, there is baby Krishna, and this Rakhal. They're dancing in the lotus of the Ganga. And then instantly, within few minutes, actually, this Rakhal entered into the room of Ramakrishna. And he asked, what is your name? And Rakhal says, Rakhal. Then Ramakrishna was so excited. Oh my God, even the name also the same. Rakhal is the shepherd boy who played with Ramakrishna. So that vision matched with him, and then he started training him and knowing that he is the Rakhal. So he was excited that his mission is now settled. So we find that two things have to be understood. Noren, encouraging everyone for God realization. Kashipur days, starting from Kashipur days to Baranagar and Alambajar, the monasteries, lastly to Belur monastery even. He made the rules and regulations of the monastic order and tradition, what to do, what not to do. Encouraging practical Vedanta as a service to the poor and the fallen as equal effect, equal to meditation. Go beyond too much ritualism, practice Vedanta and devotion, to work for the good of humanity and die. Swami Vivekananda said, I love you so much. He used to talk about his children. I said, but I will be happy. I see that you die for doing good to others. Rather you die, your death. Brahmananda Maharaj on the other side is intoxicated in meditation, spiritualizing all karma, not overemphasis on meditation alone, but not karma also, making a balance of the four yogas. Maharaj said in one place, yes, you must work, but I insist that you devote yourself to spiritual practice and meditation also. Even though I may not ask you to work, your nature will sometimes force you to work. It is difficult to engage the mind in contemplation of God. So he is emphasizing, do meditation, but try to serve God in human being. So these are the two pillars which built up this Vedanta movement, and it is now worldwide spread. And you are also a partner of that ideology and thought. It is, don't think it is Brahmananda, Vivekananda is somewhere and we are somewhere. We are in the same fold. To take this two ideal, to the flame of fire of knowledge and the devotion and perfection and love and service, two together, to build up our life. We crave the blessings of them both. Thank you.
Suddenly, out of the silence, the voice of Maharaj was heard.
Ah, that inexpressible light, Rama Krishna, the Krishna of my Rama Krishna. I am the shepherd boy. Put anklets on my feet. I want to dance with Krishna. I want to hold his hand. The little boy Krishna. Ah, Krishna, my Krishna, you have come, Krishna, Krishna. Can't you see him? Haven't you eyes to see? Oh, how beautiful, my Krishna, on the lotus eternal, the sweet one. My play is over now. Look, the child Krishna is caressing me. He's calling me to come away with him. I am coming. I am coming.
So our announcements are next Sunday. Please come. It is Swami Vivekananda's birthday celebration. So that will start with the morning reading of the Katha Upanishad. Then 10 o'clock will be our worship starts. Then prasad followed by prasad. And there will be 3:15, a special program. The devotees will be all talking about Vivekananda as they understood. And then there will be a little tea break and little talk about Swamiji, Vivekananda. And then evening prayer, evening arati, special arati will be there at 6 o'clock, followed by relics touching. So please join us. Another thing, this Tuesday classes at 4:30, what I used to give the Bhagavat class, that is very odd time and nobody can come. So I only sit, and the poor guy who is to stream my, he will be only with much pain, he used to sit, I am to sit. So I am thinking it will do it online and no more in the temple. So it will be online, 4:30, and 7:30 class will be as usual streamed in the Upanishad class is there. So please come and join and look at the calendar. And I will say, yeah, Pasadena today. Please come to Pasadena House, 309 Monterey Road, South Pasadena. We go there every month, at least when the Sunday I speak here. We start there around 4 o'clock. So those who want to go can come here. Some other cars also, carpool people can go. If you want to go, please contact some of the people who have the here.
3 o'clock they leave, right?
3:20, 3:30 like that. Okay, so now you have little tea, not in the outside because it's raining, it is in the White House, and then our White House. And then come to our QA session in the living room. So I will chant one verse, which is what? Oh, where did it disappear? Okay, so probably it is gone. So, Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. Jai.